business. This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for another review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, let's get right on into the tea. As you guys already know, I can't stand Martell. Y'all already know that I'm here to read Martell for filth. You know what I'm saying? I'm always here. This should just be the Read Martell show, because I read the hell out of him every fucking week. It's not like he doesn't deserve it, because he fucking does. Okay, so let's just get right on into it. So Melody and Destiny, they sit down and they talk about this intervention that Mel and Martell had with Chris and Neil last week. And it's just basically her telling her exactly how we all feel. Martell is very narcissistic. And I think I've said that word every time I did a review on this show. He's a narcissist. He doesn't see anything that he's doing is wrong. He doesn't see the error of his ways. He don't think that he's wrong for anything. He's an asshole, basically. That's what he is. And it's really crazy to me how he tries to justify his behavior for the things. Like, I just feel like if a woman ain't pleasing you the way that you feel that she should, especially in a marriage, you can either work it out, fix it out, talk it out, or leave it out. That's all you can do. Because just because a woman ain't giving you no brain, that means that you're supposed to go out and cheat on her. No, bro, that's not the way it works. Just because the bitch ain't giving you no brain don't mean that's cold for you to go out and cheat on a woman, especially for 5 fucking years. I don't give a damn who Mel talked to. You talked to a woman for 5 years. You carried on an affair for 5 years. I can't even call it an affair. My nigga, you had a whole girlfriend for 5 years while you were fucking married, okay? Y'all was Tara, Amina, and Peter Guns and fucking, you know, Huntsville. That's what the fuck y'all were. You was on that bullshit. And to think that all you can do is say, well, you wasn't sucking on my, you wasn't giving, I wasn't getting smart. So because I wasn't getting smart, that means I'm gonna go out here and cheat on you, and then I'm gonna get smart somewhere else. Like, it's just whack to me. It's whack to me. And at this point, Mel don't deserve that bullshit. What she deserves is some alimony and whatever the fuck you got, because you are a bitch ass nigga. And that's just what it is. Like, I can't fathom the words, because I'm just gonna go the fuck in on Martell all this video, and I'm gonna try not to curse him out so much because I want to get my coin. But at the end of the day, he's a fuck ass nigga, point blank in the fuck period. He's a bitch ass nigga, and I don't see how nobody else can fucking see that shit, period. So Martell goes to Dr. Francis therapy session, and all I can say about this therapy session is this: Dr. Francis, don't lie to this nigga. Don't tell him that he a good guy, because he's not a fucking good guy. He's not a good guy at all. He's a bitch ass nigga, number one. He's a punk ass bitch, number two, and he's a narcissist. Like, if you wanted to know what the word narcissism meant, all you gotta do is put Martell's picture next to it, and there you go. Now you see what it is. It's all Martell. He's a bitch. Straight up, he's a bitch. And there's nothing that nobody can say to change my mind on that. Number one, he just can't own up to the fact that he's wrong. Number two, he just can't admit that he got a whole nother woman pregnant, because that's going to trump everything that he claims Melody ever did. That's why he can't own it. I just feel like Martell just don't see the error of his ways. Or he does see them, but he just doesn't want to. Or, you know, he's just sincerely hurt because his 80 that he left for his 20 ain't taking his shit no more. And my thing about this is, men cheat on women, and women are expected to accept it and take them back. If a woman goes out and cheat on a man, she's not forgiven. She's a hoe. Everything about her is tainted because she cheated on her husband. If a man goes out and cheats on his wife and has a baby on the side, a woman is expected to ride with him, accept the child, and keep it moving. If a woman went out and cheated on her husband with another man and got another baby with another man, that man would never accept their child, and he would never accept her ass. He would leave her ass for that. The double standards are amazing to me, and we see this shit every fucking day. And it's just like, Martell is the epitome of a misogynistic ass bitch. That's what the fuck he is. And until he really gets a rude awakening and really understand what the fuck he doing, he gonna forever be a bitch. And that's just what it is. That's just the bottom line. There's nothing else to be said to rectify that. He's a bitch. Period. So Marceau and Letitia is having I think they're having a soft opening for their cigar bar. And they're just ready for everybody to come and just, you know, show out or whatnot. So As they're getting ready for the soft opening, Martell is on his way to the soft opening, and guess who we get a phone call from? You guessed it, his bottom bitch, Arian Curry. He calls her. And she basically said, oh, so you're not calling me a peasant? Oh, so you know that you won. Okay, check. Then she goes to say, so what are you saying, Martell? Do you want a DNA test? Well, yes, I do. Then she wanted to sit up here and act like she's surprised because he asked her for a DNA test. Girl, you don't hold no type of importance to him. What did you expect from a man who called you a peasant on national television? Are you dumb? You got to be. You got to be dumb. Because I can't understand why you would think that he would treat you any better than he's treating his fucking wife. A woman that he's been married to for damn near 15 years. You think you're going to get better treatment? Then for you to say that he called you a peasant in one sentence, and then on the next sentence you say, well, you've always taken care of me. Are you stupid? Are you that dumb? Like, I am baffled at how dumb you really are. Like, you don't have no self-esteem about yourself. None whatsoever. So you really think that this man who's going through a divorce is going to leave his wife, be with you, and treat you any better? Soon as you do something that he don't like, or soon as you stop doing what he wanted you to do, he gonna cheat on your ass too. See, the same way you get him, the same way you get him will be the same way you lose him, bitch. Have you ever heard of that? And Martell is foul for even giving her a segment on this show to call her. She dumb. This man asked you for a DNA test. He called you a peasant and all of this other stuff. Then in the same breath he says that she's always been loyal to him. Of course she's been loyal to you, bitch. You've been paying her bills. You've been doing everything else for her. Of course she's going to be loyal to you. You're doing everything that you're supposed to do in a marriage with her, as far as paying for her bills and doing this and doing that without her having to deal with the same shit that Mel do. All he got to do is come home and fuck you, and then you good. He ain't got to worry about you no more. You ain't got to worry about him. But Mel got to deal with way more than you do because you only getting 20% of the deal. Mel is offering him 80% of the deal. That's just what it is. So with that being said, of course she's going to be loyal to you. Both of y'all deserve each other because both of y'all dumb. So Martell, Letitia, Marceau, Neil, and Chris, they discussed the intervention. And, you know, Neil was basically telling Martell that he upset Mel. He was really showing out on Mel, and that's why, you know, if it was her, she would have threw the whole table at him. That's what Neil told Martell. Martell said all I did was tell my truth. And then Letitia said, well, you're supposed to tell your truth. I'm like, bitch, shut up. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I can see right through your passive aggressive ass. You are that mad with Mel that you're gonna sit up here and be in agreement with this nigga and his bullshit. Anything. Just anything. Like, Miss Eve need to shut the fuck up. Stupid ass. So Mel comes through the building. She speaks to everybody. She doesn't speak to Martell. Martell's feelings is hurt because she don't speak to him. So Letitia goes over and apologizes to Mel. She says that she wants to get past everything and move on. You know, Melody found that to be amusing because she already tried this already with Letitia, and Letitia was not trying to hear it. So, you know, she never knows with Letitia, so she got to keep an eye on her, and that's just really the truth. She do got to keep an eye on Letitia because you never know what the fuck she's on and what side she's on. Now, she just got through, you know, saying that, Martell is allowed to tell his truth, regardless of how much of bullshit it is. She just said that he has every right to tell his truth, but then now she's over here trying to make amends with, Mel. Fake as fuck. So as they're, I think, cutting the ribbon or whatever the fuck they're doing, they have all the brothers, and then they have the sister up there, and have the sons on the wall as the legacy. But I'm saying, okay, this is the legacy, but what about your female kids? What about them? They're like, shouldn't they be a part of the legacy too? And then, you know, Destiny even said that they were wrong for not including the daughter, and Mel was like, you know, he kind of sexist. we already know that Marceau is fucking sexist. He's sexist as fuck. So while they're doing that, Marcus pulls Martell to the side to have a conversation. Now, the last time they talked, they almost got into a brawl because Marcus told Martell that the kids be saying that they want Troy to be their daddy. That made Martell mad. I know a lot of people felt like that was disrespectful of Marcus to tell Martell that, and I still feel like I felt when I first seen it. I don't give a fuck. Why? Due to the fact that Martell was doing some grimy ass shit too by telling the kids that their uncle likes men, as if it's something wrong with that. So they have the conversation. And then, you know, it goes into, well, you don't mind the kids being around me, right? And as he was saying that, Martell said it's not an issue, but at the same point in time, I want my kids to have a certain foundation. Like they were used to mother and father, husband and wife. And now they're being exposed to husband to husband, and I don't want that for my kids. Martell, bitch. You are focused on a same-sex marriage. You're so focused on the same-sex marriage. That's what you're focused on. And you're so concerned about that, but you're not concerned. You're concerned about how a same-sex marriage will affect your kids, but you're not worried about how a love child from some bogus-ass affair is going to fuck up your kids. That's what the fuck you need to be worried about. Worry about your own shit and worry about what the fuck you doing is affecting your kids. Real shit. Okay? Like, I felt like, okay, so now you want to be a homophobic ass nigga. Now you want to do that type of shit. Okay, Martell, you might need to shut the fuck up, bitch. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Because you already showing your slip. And yes, I said slip because he's a bitch. You showing your motherfucking slip. What the fuck they got to do with anything? Now you want to be homophobic. It's like you say shit because you know it's going to be some fucked up shit to say. Bitch. Then Melody walks up. And all of that shit, and now it's Melody versus Martell again. And, you know, she defends her brother. And then he goes into a whole spiel about how he misses the family, misses Melody and all of this other stuff. And then Melody starts crying. And she said that this is the stuff that a person would want to hear. But, and then she let him know what it is. Martell thinks that he can sit up and cry and give her this speech and think that everything is supposed to be okay. It's never going to be okay. Period. And what you got to do is you got to start taking accountability for what the fuck you did. You're 38 years old. You're not that far in age as me. I'm 32. You're 38. I have way more sense than you, and I'm way more mature than you, bitch. You was with a woman for 15 years. You had 4 kids with her, and because she didn't want to get smart, code for giving brain. If you ever heard Fabulous song on Ghetto Fabulous, Get Smart was getting brain. Because she wouldn't give you smart, you decided that it was okay for you to go out and cheat with another woman for 5 years and then get a child on her. And she has no right to be pissed about it. What world do you live in? Your world? I would hate to live into yours. Bitch. And then, you know, he walks off as usual. Destiny, Kimmy, and Letitia comes over to console her and all this other stuff. So it was good to see all of them come around Mel and support her throughout this whole situation. But what really killed me was Letitia fake ass talking about Mel as her sister, and when your sister's in pain, you got to go down there and see about her. But at the same time, she was your sister. But before she came, you were bigging up Martell and his bullshit. Child, bye. With that being said, child, this is my review on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. If you want to follow me on social media, do so. My Instagram and my Twitter will be at the bottom. Also, do not forget that tomorrow night I will be interviewing Latrice and Antoinette from the Bill Collective alongside my co-host Jamar for a special episode of the Prelude and special day, which is Sunday. We never do no episode of Prelude on Sundays, but we are tomorrow at 10:45, 9:45 Central Time. We'll be talking to Latrice and Antoinette about the reunion and everything else, child. They're telling their side of the story. With that being said, y'all, I'm out of here. Peace out.